You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
Hi, welcome to another Cold Fusion video. If you've been a follower of this channel for a while, it would be obvious to you that artificial intelligence has made some significant strides in the past couple of years. But today we're going to look at something a little bit different. Google has just created an AI that is capable of creating its own AI that performs better than anything else made before in its field. This sounds impossible, but it's just happened. In this video, we'll take a look. The AI in question is called Automatic Machine Learning, or AutoML for short. It's the work of a team of researchers at Google Brain. The researchers at Google used reinforcement learning to create AI Inception, as described by Google's CEO Sundar Pichai.
Designing better machine learning models, but today it is really time-consuming. It's a painstaking effort of a few engineers and scientists, mainly machine learning PhDs. We want it to be possible for hundreds of thousands of developers to use machine learning. So what better way to do this than getting neural nets to design better neural nets? We call this approach AutoML. It's learning to learn. We are already approaching state-of-the-art in standard tasks like CFAR image recognition. So whenever I spend time with the team and think about neural nets building their own neural nets, it reminds me of one of my favorite movies, Inception. And I tell them, we must go deeper.
So instead of spending painstaking hours coding to create an artificial intelligence to do a certain task, AutoML actually automates this process. Here's a quote from Google's research blog. Quote, "In our approach, which we call AutoML, a controller neural net can propose a child model architecture which can then be trained and evaluated for quality on a particular task. That feedback is then used to inform the controller how to improve its proposals for the next round. We repeat this process thousands of times, generating new architectures, testing them, and giving that feedback to the controller to learn from." In a strange way, you can think of it like a parent giving birth to a child and then teaching that child how to perform a particular task through giving it tests and telling it when it passed or failed. The parent in this case is AutoML, and the child is another neural network called NASNet. NASNet is an AI capable of recognizing objects such as people, cars, signs, and most things in real-time video. Now you might be saying, that doesn't sound that great, but the most incredible thing here is that this automated AI outperforms any other computer vision that was made before it. NASNet can perform with 82.7% accuracy, 1.2% better than all other efforts, while being 4% more efficient. An AI built a child AI that performed better than any other artificial intelligence created by humans, and it was more efficient. Just let that sink in. Obvious applications for such a system include self-driving vision support or enabling object recognition for robots that work in close quarters with humans, such as healthcare, for example. This all has huge implications, mainly because if an AI can create systems that are accurate while remaining efficient, it can really take the hard work out of the field of machine learning. AutoML may be one of the first examples, but it does set a powerful precedent. AutoML also makes AI accessible to a wider set of people. As Google puts it, quote, "We hope that the larger machine learning community will be able to build on these models to address multitudes of computer vision problems we have not yet imagined. We think that this can inspire new types of neural nets and make it possible for non-experts to create neural nets tailored to their particular needs, allowing machine learning to have a greater impact to everyone." End quote. There are some questions that naturally need to be asked with auto machine learning technology. That is, if it becomes widely used beyond just computer vision. Some of the concerns are as follows. What if a parent AI passes down a mistake or bias to a child? And furthermore, what if the pace of learning of the child AI develops so quickly that us as humans have trouble keeping up, and then we can no longer understand what it's even doing? These might seem like odd questions today, but it's possible that one day these will be concerns of the future. On a slightly different but related note, NVIDIA recently released a video of its own AI learning to alter scenes by changing the weather without human input. The results are pretty spectacular. It's really intriguing to think that this is only the infancy of AI. So anyway, that was just a quick video outlining some stuff with computer vision going on at the moment. I just thought it was interesting and thought you guys might want to know about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you've just stumbled across this channel, feel free to subscribe. This has been Dagogo, you've been watching Cold Fusion, and I'll see you again soon for the next video. Cheers guys, have a good one.
Cold Fusion. It's new thinking.
We have an absolutely extraordinary attitude in our culture and in various other cultures, high civilizations, to the new member of human society. Instead of saying frankly to children, "How do you do? Welcome to the human race," we are playing a game, and we are playing by the following rules. We want to tell you what the rules are so that you'll know your way around, and when you've understood what rules we're playing by, when you get older you may be able to invent better ones. But instead of that, we still retain an attitude to the child that he is on probation. He's not really a human being. He's a candidate for humanity. And in just this way, we have a whole system of preparation of the child for life, which always is preparation and never actually gets there. In other words, we have a system of schooling which starts with grades, and we get it always preparing for something that's going to happen. So you go into nursery school as preparation for kindergarten. You go to kindergarten as preparation for first grade. And then you go up the grades till you get to high school. And then comes a time when maybe if we can get you fascinated enough with this system, you go to college. And then when you go to college, if you're smart, you get into graduate school and stay a perpetual student. And go back to be a professor and just go round and round in the system. But in the ordinary way, they don't encourage quite that. They want you after graduate school, or after graduation, commencement as it's called, beginning, to get out into the world with a capital W. And so you've been trained for this and now you've arrived. But when you get out into the world at your first sales meeting, they've got the same thing going again, because they want you to make that quota. And if you do make it, they give you a higher quota. And come along about 45 years of age, maybe you're vice president. And suddenly it dawns on you that you've arrived, with a certain sense of having been cheated, because it is just the same as life feels the same as it always felt. And you are conditioned to be in desperate need of a future. So the final goal that this culture prepares for us is called retirement, when you will be a senior citizen and you will have the wealth and the leisure to do what you've always wanted, but you will at the same time have impotence, a rotten prostate, and false teeth, and no energy. So the whole thing from beginning to end is a hoax. You are involved by and large in a very strange business system which divides your day into work and play. Work is something that everybody does, and you get paid to do it because nobody could care less about doing it. In other words, it is so abominable and boring that you can get paid for doing it. And the object of doing this is to make money. And the object of making money is to go home and enjoy the money that you've made. When you've got it, you see, you can buy pleasure. And in myriads of ways, you see, you go home, we're the wealthiest people in the world, and you would think that having earned your money and go home, you would have an orgy and a great banquet and so on, but nobody does. They eat a TV dinner, which is just a warmed over airline food, and then they spend the evening looking at an electronic reproduction of life, which is divided from you by a glass screen. You can't touch it, you can't smell it, it has no color, except maybe if you're very wealthy it has color. But by and large it doesn't, and you look at this thing, and you have a strange feeling, you see, that the whole procession of grades that was leading to something in the future, to that goody, that gorgeous, voluptuous goody that was lying at the end of the line, it never quite turns up. And this is because from the beginning we condition our children to a defective sense of identity. We condition the child in a way that sets the child a life problem which is insoluble, and therefore attended by constant frustration. And as a result of this problem being insoluble, it is perpetually postponed to the future, so that one is educated to live in the future, and one is not ever educated to live today. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, the philosophy of carpe diem, let us drink today for tomorrow we die, and not make any plans. What I am saying is that making plans for the future is of use only to people who are capable of living completely in the present.